This is Lab 9, Ideal Gas Law. There are two main parts to the experiment. This is a pressure transducer. You see it's hooked up to this syringe, which allows you to vary volume of space. And there's this water bath with an open volume in here. And you can also see on the side this thing sticking down is a thermometer. And that volume is again we'll plug into the pressure transducer when we get to that part. All right, one of the first things you'll need to do is calibrate the pressure of the zero of this pressure transducer. And to do that, we'll need to unthread the syringe from this box. You'll need to know the pressure on the day and the hour that you're doing your measurements. So we're in the Physics 261 lab, and over here on the wall, it's actually facing west, is a barometer. And let's just take a quick look at what the pressure is today. That's what a barometer measures. There's two scales, and you'll see that needle there is pointing. The outer scale is in inches of mercury, and the pressure right now on that scale would be about 30.25 or 30.26 maybe inches of mercury. Well, we don't really want that scale. We'd like the inner scale, and most conveniently that scale is in kilopascal or kPa. And right now you can see that the pressure is about 102.5 kPa. And that value is what we'll use to enter in to calibrate the sensor in Logger Pro. You need to go into Logger Pro, go under Experiment, and then enter in, you see here at the bottom it says Calibrate. Just click on that, Lab Pro Gas 1 pressure sensor, and then you're going to tell it to calibrate. And you'll see that's waiting for you to enter a value here in kPa. So we saw 102.5, if I remember right, kPa, and we'll say keep, and then tell it done. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, you might be able to see at the bottom of the screen, it's now reading the pressure. And that's just because the sensor itself is just sitting out here on the table with nothing attached to it. Adjusted the plunger to the 12 centimeter mark. And then we're just going to take that and screw it into the transducer. And if we now tell Logger Pro to start taking data, we can see what happens when we vary the volume. So we'll tell it to collect. And you can see the data is starting to come out here. And of course, we're seeing roughly atmospheric pressure. So let me just push on the plunger. We'll go down to 10 cubic centimeters. You might be able to see that. And you can see the pressure has risen up there. If I go down, there's about 8. I'm just holding it. And on the plot in the background, you can see that the pressure is changing. And if I let it release again, go back. Here I'm going all the way out to 15 now. You can see the pressure has dropped below where you started initially. And you may have to hold it if it's not too stiff, then this plunger will move on its own. So when you're actually doing your measurements, if you want 15, you got to make sure that it's held there. And for part C of the experiment, you'll be working with heated water bath, and again this volume. You'll again need to use the pressure transducer. You won't be using the volume anymore, but you will need the small box that has a sensor in it, and so you'll need to hook that up to this hose that comes out. That's of course will tell you the pressure of the volume. You'll need to add water into the bath here, and you'll turn up the knob and turn on the power to get this thing to heat up. Do be careful with the water in here when it's boiling. Obviously there's a scalding hazard. Don't move anything when it's hot. Watch out for cords and other things that are around so you don't tip this over. And make sure it's kind of in the center of the table, not near any edges. You certainly wouldn't want this to hurt anyone.